2, 1.
Hello everyone, I'm Angel Savage. Welcome to Purpose on Purpose. Today we have a real serious topic for you guys. I know we have different topics that can rub you the wrong way or make you cry. We get some emotions out of you. But today we're talking about us. And we're going to be sharing some real personal things. And I'm praying to God that this will be something that will help somebody. We're talking about addiction. And today I have my man Brandon next to me. Next to Brandon we have Ron. And next to Ron we have Kenneth.
Let's talk about it.
So today we're talking about addiction. I have a few questions, some for myself, some for family members, and some for good friends. You know, I see a lot of people out there that are struggling. I've had my battles and still have some battles. And I just want to know if ever you ever had an addiction, and if so, what was the addiction? We hear a lot about people messing with powder, and like that's the thing now for the young kids is weed, powder, and lean. And I was shocked to hear from one of my friends from high school. He's now out there, he's homeless, and I asked because I was just curious to see him out there how he is now. He's out there real bad, and I wanted to know what was like. I assumed that he was on crack. And so I asked, what made you come out here? What happened, man? Like, what's wrong? Can I help you? What is this? Like, you out here, you on crack, bro? And he said, no, I'm on meth. And it threw me off, because this is a black man that said he's on meth. And I'm like, that's not a black drug.
It is now.
It is now. And it's been a black drug. It's just been hidden in the closet. Honestly.
I was addicted to meth.
Me too.
And I was doing meth when I was 17, 18 years old.
How old are you now?
I'm 37. I'll be 37 in a couple weeks.
How long have you been off of it?
I've been clean for going on 13 years now.
Wow. So what made you go to meth? Did you start off with something small and you worked your way to that?
I was a big cokehead prior to that. I did a lot of coke, smoked weed every day. I got so bad with my drinking at one point in time, I knew what time I could walk out of my door and the liquor store doors would be open.
Yeah.
Just walk right across the street to my house. I mean, there wasn't nothing I don't think I was addicted to. It was a pill party. I never heard it. I never heard about it at the time. I got invited by a bunch of white girls that was like, ran into me and some friends. We was at the store. Was like, oh, we having a pill party. Come. So I was just like, okay, well, I don't know what a pill party is, but let's go. We show up to the pill party. It's a punch bowl sitting on the table.
I seen that in the movie.
Full of every pill that you could think of under the sun. And they had a medical book that was like, if you don't know what you're taking, you can look it up.
Wow.
I took about a handful of something and woke up in the hospital with a tube in my thing. But that wasn't even what woke me up. I still kept partying after that. I OD'd again after that.
So, can I ask you something personal?
Yeah.
What was it that you was running from?
Myself.
Was it yourself?
It was myself. It was the life that I was living, everything that I was doing. I felt trapped in my world, probably. Now, if I look back, I really felt like I was just trapped and asking for a whole lot of help.
Okay. But help from what? The reason why I'm asking this
for
question.
For myself, though, honestly, because I'm the only one who's giving myself these drugs and taking these drugs.
Right.
I needed help from who I was.
Right.
I was trapped into a lifestyle. I've spoke to Kenny about this on several occasions. That I think my biggest addiction out of everything was just my lifestyle. Period. I was addicted to the fast life.
Yeah.
I was addicted to cars and women and drugs and just everything that came along in the world that I lived in. I was addicted to that. I don't even know if it was the drugs that I was addicted to like that much as being into that lifestyle. You know?
So my thing is, the reason why I say what were you running from? I know you said yourself, but I hear some people say that they're running from stuff that they didn't want to face, like growing up in a home without the father, growing up in a home with either a parent on drugs and you seeing it, growing up like myself in an abusive home and not wanting to face that and deal with it and not wanting to hate somebody, and so to mask and get away from having this anger problem.
When I go back and I look at things now, as much as it pains me, I ran from being a father.
Okay.
A lot from being a father.
Now we're talking.
That was a big thing for me. I didn't want to be a father at that time.
How old were you?
I was 16 years old.
You had a kid already?
Yeah. And my daughter was born, and I didn't want to be a father.
Yeah.
I tried everything to get this girl to talk her out of, let's not have this,
Yeah.
And I didn't know what a father does, so why would I want to be something that I don't even know what a father is like?
Right.
To me, I was like, I've never seen a good father anywhere. I had some white friends that lived real nice and good back then, like when I would want to get away, those were the people I would go to. I would go to their home. That was the only time I ever seen what a father would do.
Yeah.
Other than that, nobody I grew up around had a dad around. None of my friends had their dads.
Yeah.
I didn't have mine.
Yeah.
I mean, when he did pop up, he was on crack.
Right.
And I felt a lot of his addiction.
Yeah, generational curse
was put off onto me. Like he would lock me in the room when he would get high.
Uh-huh.
I literally pissed myself until I was like 11 years old.
Uh-huh.
That was from having to hold myself because I'm locked in a room. My dad in another room getting high.
Yeah.
Forgetting about me. I ain't had nowhere to be. My mom would send me to him to go stay with him for like the weekend or something.
Uh-huh.
This is back like when my parents had split off. My mom ran away.
Yeah.
And kidnapped me and my brother one night. Like in the middle of the night, she came, opened the window and was like, "Nah, y'all come on." Threw me in the car with my auntie.
Yeah.
Me and my little brother with nothing. She no bags, no nothing, just whatever we had on in our pajamas. My mom came and kidnapped us to get us away from my dad.
Yeah.
And so
But
I wanted to be a part of
right?
it. My mom was on drugs as well.
What, she on drugs when
And
she kidnapped you?
when she kidnapped us, she was in her phase of getting clean again.
Okay.
So that was a big thing. After my mom had ran away, she started her, let's get clean and sober so I can get my kids.
Yeah.
After my mom did take us, she was clean and sober. All the way up until me and my little brother both went to prison.
Okay.
And then she got into pills again.
So this is an ongoing family curse, like in many families.
Yeah.
I got a question for Kenny. You said you struggle with meth as well?
Yeah.
So I heard that in California, because you're from California, right?
Yeah.
I heard that in California, heroin is a big thing out there.
Meth is definitely the new crack.
You said it's the new crack?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You definitely got way more meth heads than you do people off heroin. I mean, it's probably equal. The thing is, when meth hit our culture and it became black culture and it became acceptable. Now is what you call acceptable. At first, it's like, if you're doing meth, I got introduced to meth, I was in a cell. And
wait, you was in jail?
Yeah, I was in California Youth Authority. I was on my last year from maxing out my time there, so I was like 24 at the time. And a friend of mine was like, "Hey, they had a studio out there." They was like, "Man, you go out there, you really gonna be killing shit. You hit this meth." So I'm like, all right, sound good. But by this time, I done did everything already. I done did coke, I done did sherm, I done did weed. And all that to me, all that to me was like, it's the norm, it's my life. I'm gonna die this way. Like, I didn't know nothing else. And I didn't want nothing else at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially living that lifestyle, and I live in that lifestyle, and I do want to be a rapper. So everybody that rap is off of drugs. You gotta be off of drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The mind, with how I used to think about it. You know. And I'm talking to my partner across the way, and then a voice through the vent, my neighbor through the vent, say, "Man, don't do it." He said, "I promise you, you hit that meth, you're gonna be messed up the rest of your life off that meth." And just based on where he was from and where this guy was across from, I went with he said across from me. You know what I'm saying? And I did it. And when I did it, I was like, oh, this on and popping. I must have cleaned my room up about like 4 or 5 times. I'm in there. I got the cell phone. I'm talking loud. At the time, I was married. I'm talking loud on the phone. They got to tell me to keep it down there. You're gonna get busted. I probably didn't hit one like 4 or 5 times, but feeling good though, like, oh yeah, this me. They come down there, I had the towel up on my window, they said, Hughes, you coming out, you gonna come out, man? They got the studio going. You only got like 15 minutes left. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm cleaning up my room. How many times you gonna clean up that room? it's just a cell from like this little back area, that's it, from like here to that back area. You know what I'm saying? And it was over. I was like, oh yeah, when I get out, especially when I'm hitting and I get hit long, now I ain't gotta worry about cutting off quick. It's on and popping. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I went out there and I'm rapping and I'm going like just loving it. To where the guards out there, they watching, they're like, yeah, 15, they let me stay out there for 2 hours. I'm just nonstop, sweating. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I probably did it a couple more times. So I was on and off. This was 2008, so from 2008 to 2017. Yeah, but that wasn't the first thing that hooked me though. What hooked me though was was ecstasy. That's when I got on California Youth Authority and I popped that ecstasy. I mean, my whole emotions, I went just like this.
Wow, like a downer.
And then I felt like I was God. Like I'm untouchable, but at the same time, I'm starting to panic. I'm feeling shit from my feet on up, like, my whole body about to flip out. I'm going to the store, I'm telling the homie, like, hey, going to the store, I'm gonna give me some juice, some to drink. Like, yeah, you gotta get the orange juice. Like, the homies didn't even want to be around me, like, I flipped. I remember going in the store, before I walked in the store though, I had a moment of realization. And the moment was my dad. I was already hooked. I was like, now I understand why my dad was never in my life. Because
chasing that.
This shit got me.
You
know what I'm saying? Got me. Like I see some dudes walking down the street, we in the car with the homie. I see you with your jewelry on, I'm hopping down, taking earrings, chains, shoes, everything. And I'm about to go sell it just to go get some more pills. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. I remember walking in the store and I see a white couple in there and they just laughing. I said, I gotta tell y'all something. They said, what? I said, don't y'all ever take ecstasy? They said, oh man, we do that all the time. I was like, you motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my mind, I think I'm delivering a message, but come to find out, like, they did off of it. Like, I'm late. But yeah, that was my worst addiction. I got out of jail in 205. I was out for 6 months. I was popping 2 a day. Morning time, nighttime. By the time I went back to jail 6 months later, I was weighing 153. They was like, you was out there smoking crack? I was like, no, I was out there popping pills. But I'm popping these pills, but I'm not, only thing I'm putting in my system is liquor. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no food. And when I do eat, I'm like nitpicking. I'm like, this shit nasty. Like, I'm gonna be a pill. I'm gonna go do something. You know what I'm saying? And I had some embarrassing ass moments too. Like, I remember, I was like 23, like I was about 23 at the time, and some females invited me and my partners to go to Malibu, to a little beach house. They just graduated, so they had a little house party and whatnot. So we in there, and I'm so messed up off the pills, I black out. I wake up with clown shit painted all on my face. Like, I was not, they was like, we thought you was dead. Like, so y'all thought I was dead, so y'all decided to put clown shit all on my face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I put myself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But the meth is what really got me. The meth had me thinking I was gonna be a rapper. Walking around Portland, walking out here. They had me sleep with a girl I would have never slept with in my life if I wasn't off of it.
She started looking like Beyonce.
No, she never started looking like Beyonce, but that bothered me. It is messed up a little bit.
Freddie Jackson.
But you gotta think though, like what the cause of it though, I come from so much trauma in my younger years and the absence of the people that's not supposed to be in my life that should have been in my life. not only like, I don't even point the finger like at them not being there because I kicked up a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got like a list long of shit that I done did to people.
Yeah.
Like if I gotta go back and make amends to it, that list is hella long.
Yeah.
And then some of the shit I can't go back and make amends to.
Right.
But I created that.
Yeah.
And some shit I can talk about and some shit I can't talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But so and then going through all that lifestyle, me living that lifestyle, yeah, the drugs is the best thing for it. At that time I'm thinking because I don't know no other way to put this down.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I remember when I first came to Portland, like in 2014. I knew it was something always about Portland that attracted me. That I said, once I'm done ripping and running, I'll be back in Portland.
Yeah.
I ran from pain in LA. Not because somebody out to get me or something like that. It's just I just ran from so much pain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I came out here in my addiction. I jumped full-fledged in my addiction. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm walking from Lombard, from Deacon, all the way to what they call that over there on Lombard, that parkway over there, Columbia Park area. You know what I'm saying? Like walking, rapping, thinking I'm gonna get signed, I'm gonna get a deal. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend house I went to. I remember popping up over there one night, and like a Friday, but I called him my relative, and his daughter, that's my niece. She called me uncle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, let me hit your lap. And he's like, oh man, you be tripping out when you hit the mail. I'm like, yeah, let me hit it. I hit it anyway. Boom. I'm in there. Last thing I remember I was doing, eating popcorn and writing raps. I woke up in the living room, pants down. I go in there, I wake him up, and get up, man. Man, what happened last night? He's like, man, I don't know. I went to bed before you did. Oh, hell yeah, you did. He said, but I tell you what though, your niece woke me up. Your niece said you was in there having a party by yourself. Popcorn was everywhere. I was like, damn, is that right? Then I see the look on her face. Her look was like that, but coming from a child, I was like, oh, I'm gone. He's like, where you going? I said, I'm going to get clean. That was December 23rd. No, that was March 23rd. I never looked back. 2017.
Oh,
you know?
God,
and Portland, Portland got like the number one place for recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to be willing and you got to want it. And it's a struggle every day.
Yeah.
You got to surrender every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because just because I'm putting work in, you got to put the work in.
Yeah.
I got a sponsor who got a sponsor. I work the steps. You know what I'm saying? I go to meetings, I work with my sponsees, and I stay away from the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not only stay away from the lifestyle, I don't even conversate. I conversate with people for the lifestyle, but no longer than like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know with that negative is a positive. With the positive is going to be a negative.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I talk about everything. I don't care if I'm crying, if it's going to bring me to tears, I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it's what I got to do to keep myself from going back there.
Yeah.
And it's hard because you meet people, you meet good friends. Like people you consider your family, and then they start going back out there.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hardest thing for me.
Yeah.
Is dealing with that when they go back out there.
Yeah.
Like I was working with B, and he used to be telling me how I gotta be, like how I gotta detach, how I gotta separate from him. Yeah, talking about Brandon when I say B. And how I gotta detach from it, and how can I let it affect me.
Yeah.
And knowing I just got into that working in the field, I definitely can't get close to it. But it's ethics to it to where it won't put me close to it.
Yeah.
But that don't mean I still won't feel the way I feel behind it.
That's
you know?
right.
And it hurt when your whole purpose, when you feel you know your purpose, like I feel I know my purpose. And I feel this is my purpose, helping, telling my story, what it's like, and how I did it. Because if I can tell you how I did it, then hopefully that'll strike something in you to make you want to do it. The part I gotta remember is, when they ready to do it, they gonna do it when they ready.
That's right.
The scary part of that is, if they use and they don't get a chance to do it.
Yeah, they may
you know what I'm
never
saying?
be ready. Yeah.
And that's the hard part for me. Like, and I feel like it's getting close to that where I might have to end up burying somebody I love like a brother, and that shit's scary.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially like last night, I get a call, a person overdose, and it's like, damn. Like, do the next call gotta be like, I gotta call your people and tell them, hey, you no longer here?
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, addiction, and like Brandon said, it's mainly like we get addicted to that lifestyle. We addicted to a lifestyle we feel because we have no other lifestyle. There's no other lifestyle for us.
Yeah.
So we don't know how to do nothing but run from shit,
Yeah.
or throw shit in the system because we scared to face it. And if you don't get into, and it's sad because if you don't get into no program out here, you got to pay for therapy.
Yeah.
If I ain't got the money to pay for therapy, I'm gonna stay in my chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I ain't even got the willpower to speak, I don't have nobody to listen to me. So if nobody gonna listen to me, because the moment I try to introduce myself to somebody, if I'm not dressed proper, or if my hands dirty, or I got dirt on my face, you gonna keep on walking.
Yeah.
You know? So So it's kind of scary, but you find yourself getting a program, you can talk to a therapist, you can talk about everything you've been through. You get you a sponsor, somebody you trust, and you can put everything out there on the table with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get put in situations where you see people growing to where it makes you believe it even more.
Yeah.
Like I saw this man go from living in an apartment to chasing a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Having a house, man.
To having a house, owning his own house. You know what I'm saying? Like I get to witness it because I put myself in a position to be able to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or even listen to what he had to say when he giving me advice.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might not want to hear it.
Yeah.
But I still shut up and I listen.
Yeah.
You know, I got my defects where I just and I say nothing.
Yeah.
You know, but that don't mean that I'm not listening.
Right.
So it's like, for me, it came to the point where I have nothing else to lose. For me to live this lifestyle, to join the NA program, because it's like, if this don't work out, that'll always work out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And since this been working out, and I've accomplished a lot in this area, and I'm still gaining a lot, and then honestly, I don't care about the car, I don't care about the place with my girl,
Yeah.
I don't care about none of that. The most important thing that I'm so proud of with myself is I got inner peace now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And losing my mind is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And when I was addicted to, when I was on that meth, I had the moments where I was losing my mind, and I was okay with losing my mind.
Man.
And then I feared losing my mind.
Yeah, that right there, that makes me think about Tara. It's a woman out here that everybody in the town knows as Tara. And I'm gonna stop right there. So there's a woman out here by the name of Tara, and she's known in the town. And back in the day, she used to be a beautiful black woman, and she is now gone. She I asked her story, and I only know parts, and I do know that she met a man here who turned her out. And now she doesn't have her mind, and she's in and out on conversations, and a lot of times she talks to herself, and you'll see her walk by and she'll talk to herself, and like Kenneth said, people will see her and they'll shun her because of her appearance. Me, I embrace her because that's somebody's mother and that's somebody's daughter, you know what I mean? And that could be me, you know what I mean? I'm a breath away from that myself. And so when I see her, I embrace her because I don't ever want to be on that side. And so it scares me to know that there's something that powerful out there that anybody can get a hold of that can take your mind. It could take your whole mind. And another thing that I just have to put out there on the table is that when you're in your addiction, you're not in it by yourself. It might feel like it, but you're not, especially if you got kids and you got people that love you. It might not be the people that we all expect to be at the forefront of that love thing, but nevertheless, God knows best, and He put people in your life that love you. That's why you can be affected and feel how you feel about having to make a phone call to somebody's family about them. You know what I mean? Because number one, you know the struggle, you know it's real, and then now there's a connection. Because of that, you can connect on a whole nother level that other people can't connect. You guys understand, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so, but I just need people to know that when people are in their addictions, the family's in the addiction with you. Yeah. The family is struggling with you. The family is being ridiculed with you. They're not just talking about you, they're talking about the whole fam. Because if you out here and you bad out here and I'm your sister and you out here, no matter if your mind is gone or not, if I say I'm your sister and people see you out here, they'll be like, look, she got her brother just out there like that. I don't have my brother out there like that. My brother got my brother out there like that.
And then my mom get back into her addiction and sitting there saying, I just lost both of my boys.
Yeah, it messes people up.
To my mom, when I talk to her now and I ask her about all that, like, she was like, I just felt I failed as a mother.
Yeah.
And I had nothing. She goes, the only thing that I had left in my life was you and your brother, and y'all was gone from me.
Yeah.
And so she turned back to her addiction.
Yeah.
You know, and
I
that
can
was
see
just
that.
like, it is. It affects more than just the person who's on drugs. And I didn't see that until I started getting clean and sober. The effects of what I did. It was the same stuff my daddy did
Yeah.
to me and my brother and my mom. I turned around and did it to my child and her mama. You know?
That's why you gotta be careful about, okay, yeah, that's my pops, and he should have been there. Like, I didn't ask to be here. He should have been there, because I feel like that about my dad.
Like
My dad
Kenny
was
said,
struck out
like,
with some stuff.
I hated my dad for the longest time. Like I did up until the day that man died.
Right.
And I was sitting in the hole in prison when he was dying on his deathbed, and I talked to him. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna forgive you because I know what you went through.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
I know that
Thank
drug
you, I was
had
gonna go there.
more of you than you had of yourself.
But
And
you
I
had
just
to go
want to
through it
say
to
that I
know.
understand what you went through and why you wasn't there for us.
Yeah.
Because something else had you, and you couldn't get away from that.
But that's why you gotta be careful with your words.
Yeah.
Because life is life. And when it get dealt to you, how you gonna handle it? You know what I mean? And now you know. And it's hard to look at a person from that angle until you know it yourself. You know what I mean? But who wants to have to go that far into knowing to understand? You know what I mean? I wish that we could have some understanding without all that. You know what I mean? But for some people, you gotta actually go through it to know their struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you, bro, did you have any addictions?
Alcohol and marijuana.
And what?
And it was wild because it was the accepted thing in the neighborhood. Everybody smoked weed, everybody drank.
Uh-huh.
You know, if you hustling other pharmaceuticals, you know,
Yeah.
you don't get high on your own supply, you smoke your weed, you drink your liquor.
Yeah.
Me personally, I grew up in a Caribbean family where liquor was just like this thing.
Like
you know what I mean? Like water. So everybody drank, and I used to drink, and I used to get fucked up.
Yeah.
I used to drink to get fucked up all
Yeah.
the time, but it got worse when my father died when I was 16.
Uh-huh.
Now I was drinking just to bury pain.
Yeah.
Bury some serious pain too, because I'll get drunk and tear up a whole friggin' room, go to any party and start any type of fight, and don't remember nothing because I'm blacked out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The thing that made me come out to Portland in 2013, it was my birthday. And I got drunk with my friends them early in the day, and my mother was like, yo, don't go nowhere, you know, I want to take you out. But I was like, nah, I ain't hearing nothing, I'm going up the block to get a Lucy. I go up the block and my little man's run up on me
What's
like,
a Lucy? Because we
it's a loose cigarette.
Okay.
Yeah, single cigarette.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? My fault. So I walk up the block, my homie tell me, hey yo, dude over here who robbed me or such and such. So, you know, I was like, word? All right, let's go handle it.
Yeah.
Dude see me coming down the block, he run into the barbershop. I punched the barbershop glass and spied the whole barbershop door because he went inside and locked the door. You know what I mean? So I didn't know the undercovers was out there. And they saw everything.
Yeah.
Undercovers picked me up like that. And this is, I can't even tell you what time this was, because I've been locked up so much for alcohol, lost a bunch of cars, a bunch of jobs, just relationships, friendships, close family relationships because of my drinking.
So alcohol is so easy to get, and it's so available here and everywhere. And marijuana, the same thing. Weed, it's available and it's legal. And so because it's legal, and I'm gonna say this about the pills too. The pills, not ecstasy, but prescription pills, weed, and alcohol are all legal. So because they're legal, some people don't see the problem.
That's what messed me up when I came out here.
Yeah.
Because I landed in the airport because I came out here to go to railroad conducting and engineering school. That's the only thing that attracted me out here because I wanted to leave after my last arrest out there. I was like, yo, I gotta get up out of here. I got a daughter. I gotta do something. I gotta leave a legacy for her. I gotta better myself. So I seen this school for the railroad, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go out here. I thought it was in DC, so I'm like, all right, cool. I could go down to Washington DC and come back up there. No, Washington State.
Yeah.
So I left, came out here. The day I landed out here, everybody telling me, yo, you know if you go over the bridge, you ain't gotta pay tax on Hennessy.
Yeah.
You know weed legal over here. This is 2014. Within hours, I had an ounce, had a gallon of Hennessy. Drink all weekend. Go to school that Monday, they talking about, oh, we doing drug tests. I'm like, oh shit. I literally left the school during lunch, and I called my mother like, yo, Mom, they about a drug test, and she knew I had been getting lit up before I came out here.
Yeah.
So she's like, yo, what you want to do? I was like, well, I can't come back home now. I'm already out here. Like, she was like, yo, how you gonna stay out here? You don't know nobody out there. Like, what you gonna do? I was like, I gotta make something happen.
Yeah.
So she sent me $50. My little sister sent me $50, and I went to a hotel over there by Vancouver Mall. It was the Comfort Inn.
Yeah.
It was in that little plaza over there, and told the shorty behind the desk what happened, and she was like, well, seeing as you're gonna stay here, I might as well. The rooms were $75 a night. She charged me $25. So I gave her $75 and kept $25 so I could get some liquor.
Yeah.
So I'm in the room drinking, and I'm just, I try to kill myself in the room, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like a loser. You know what I mean? I flew all this way. I flew all this way to better myself, and look at the shit I did. You know what I mean? And they called the ambulance or whatever. They came and got me, and they tried to do a mental evaluation at the hospital or whatever, because I was fucking their room up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Throwing shit around, and when I got to the hospital and they did a little mental evaluation, I was like, yo, he good. Send him out here. You know what I'm saying? So they let me leave. And the cab driver that was in front of the spot, in front of the hospital, he was like, yo, where you wanna go? I was like, I don't know. So he ended up taking me back to Vancouver Mall, and I stayed at the Best Western.
Yeah.
So I go up in there and, you know, telling him my story about happened. He ain't messing with me. So the shorty that was at the Comfort Inn, she was still working. She was like, yo, you gave me my money, you gave me your money, I'll let you stay. But if you want to stay, you know, use my computer in the back and look for some jobs.
Yeah.
So I use her laptop and I'm looking for jobs, and the regional manager for Dish Network, I didn't know he was staying in the hotel.
Yeah.
So she runs out, she grabs him, and she tells me to have a conversation with him.
Didn't even know.
Don't know that, I don't know.
Didn't know her.
Nobody.
Didn't know her either. That's an angel.
Yo, I'm telling you. Me and that man sat down like how we talking right now. We just telling him my story, whatever. He was like, yo, I like your style. I want to give you a job. I was like, what I'm gonna be doing? He was like, you ever knock doors and sell cable? I was like, I'll do it, whatever. I just need a job, you know what I'm saying? He was like, where you live? I was like, I just moved in the hotel today. Actually, I just came back from the hospital, whatever. He was like, are you serious? He was like, yo man, grab your stuff. We got apartments for you guys. Put me in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, wash and dry, fully furnished apartment.
Yeah.
And I got a job at the same time. So I'm calling my moms and I'm like, yo, Mom, like, I got a job, I got an apartment. She was like, stop lying to me. And they gave me an iPhone, and I'm showing her the spot. She was like, Jesus Christ, boy. I don't know how you.
That's right.
Because,
That's
yo,
the right name.
I'm telling you, I used to get in so much trouble, and was just able to maneuver by the skin of my teeth, just be able to move.
Yeah, that's called grace.
I'm dead serious.
That's
like,
called grace.
I mean, the amount of car accidents I've been in, drinking and driving, and totaling cars and doing, I should have been, a lot of my friends ain't walk away from the type of stuff I've been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people I know ain't walk away.
So that right there though, with that being said, I feel like that about all of us. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we could have all been up out of here. All of us. But it's a purpose and it's a reason why we still here. And this is part of it right here. Because people need to hear this type of stuff. People need to know that they ain't the only one that's going through something. They need to know that they ain't the only one that was suicidal. They ain't the only one that OD'd. You know what I mean?
Still got scars on my wrist from trying to kill myself.
You feel me? But people need to know that. And that's why we're doing this.
My brother. I was hospitalized for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought that was the lowest point in my life, is when I tried to take my own life. You know, I tried to run away from this lifestyle so many different ways. I signed up to be a Marine, went took all my tests and everything. Like I couldn't think of no other way to get away from this lifestyle. You know, I tried everything I could. Like I tried to kill myself. I failed. You know, it hospitalized me. I was in a crazy house for a month and a half because of trying to kill myself, from trying to run from this addiction that I was in. Signed up for the Marines. I tried to run away to go to another state. Nothing happened. You know, it was prison. As bad as prison was, it saved me.
Yeah.
It made me a better person.
Yeah.
Because I saw how ugly I was when I was in there. It woke me up. You know, prison, everybody always talks about how bad it is, and it is. It's the worst place on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
You know, but it also saved my life.
Yeah.
You know, it sort of forced me to get clean, because when I was watching the guys in there getting high, I didn't want no part of it. Mm-hmm. Like Kenny said, he was in there cleaning the cell. I would see dudes do that. I'm like, Jesus, man, what the hell? Man is cleaning a box. Mm-hmm. It's a box. You can't clean it that much, you know? Smelling bleach from one end of the chair to the other, it just smelled like straight bleach. I'm like, Jesus, man, what's going on, man? You done bleached every stitch of the bar.
Wax the floor.
You can wax the floors, yeah. Then watch the man wax the floor, bleach his whole cell. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't live like this. I can't do this, you know?
Yeah.
And I say 12 years now that I was clean and sober, because I did mess up in there once. You know, I had swallowed some stuff so I didn't get caught trying to sling it.
Yeah.
You know, the only way that I could get rid of it was to eat it. I was high in prison for 3 days.
Damn.
Feeling the worst I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
And when I came out of that, to be honest, what got me out of that, I ain't gonna lie, it sounds like some real smoker stuff. I was butt ass naked in my cell one day, just staring at myself in the mirror. And I hated who I seen. I hated it. You know, to me, I wrote in my journal, and I call that chapter The Naked Self, because that's when I woke up. That's when I snapped out of it. That 3 days of being high, looking at myself butt ass naked in a cell, sweating like a slave. I was like, what am I doing? Dude, who is that dude? Like, I don't know who that person was.
It was you.
You know? And that to me, that was the ugliest thing I'd never seen in my life, was to see me like that. That was my rock bottom.
Yeah. I'm glad you said rock bottom, because that was going to be my next question. What was you guys' rock bottom that made you finally say, hell no, this is it? I heard Kenny say that look.
Yeah, that look in her eyes is my rock bottom. Not only that, I think more so, I felt if I didn't get clean that day, if I didn't call quits that day, I would have lost my mind and there was no coming back. And I was okay with that. Like, I would literally be high, standing outside at my play sister house, rapping, look across the street, and I have a moment like, oh yeah, that's gonna be me. Somebody gonna sign me to a record label. Then I shake out of it, I walk in the house and I'm like, hell no, I gotta stop this shit. But just that look in her eye and me knowing I was on the verge of losing my mind, that was my rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? I knew I had a purpose and I had to go after my purpose. I had a little homeboy of mine, I was telling him before I got clean, like, man, I gotta go get clean. I gotta do something different, because before I die, the whole world gonna know my name behind something powerful. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna happen.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And that was the last day when I seen that look on her face was a Friday, March 23rd. So from that March 24th of 2017, I've been clean ever since. 2000. March 18th, tripping, my bad. March 24th, 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My rock bottom. Well, I have a few. I got a couple. So
What's your strongest one?
my strongest one is when I was homeless. After I graduated railroad school in 2015, I was homeless when I graduated railroad school. And I went into this Christian recovery home, ended up hitting somebody, they kicked me out. So I'm homeless in downtown Portland. And I linked up with this dude named Michael Harrison. I can never forget this dude because he basically protected me because I didn't know nothing about this place. And the dude would show me where I could get food. Took me to city team and you know, he really looked out for me. Shout out to Michael Harrison, man. And I showed him how to get jobs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, 2 days within me and being homeless, I had a job working through Glitz Staff and driving forklifts. And nobody knew I was homeless. I would just get off of work, go straight to city team, sleep, get up, go to work the next morning. You feel me?
Yeah.
So one day I got out of work late, and I didn't make it down to city team on time, so they didn't have no beds. So this dude named David, I ran into him. He had on a bracelet, I had on a bracelet. He was like, yo, Papa, you didn't get into the spot? I was like, nah. He was like, me either. I was like, I don't know what to do. Cell phone dead. I was like, damn, I can't even call my mom to actually send me $10 so I can get some food or whatever. He was like, yo, come on. He just got his EBT card. My man, yo, dude took me to 7-Eleven and had me walking up the spot with all types of sodas and hot dogs and candy and all types of shit. We went and sat down over there by the Morrison. Is that the Morrison Street Bridge over there?
Yeah.
We sat over there by the bridge, and I slept under the bridge that night with him. You know what I'm saying? While it was raining and shit, we slept right underneath the bridge, and I was like, yo, this is rock bottom right here. Cause I've never been this homeless in my life. Because when I was in school, I had my whip. I was working 3 jobs, so you know, I had something, a little shelter at least with the car.
Yeah.
And then, you know, going to work and then going to school, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. But I'd never just been outside underneath the bridge, sleep. And that was my rock bottom. I went to TPI, there's a spot called Transitional Projects. And I used to leave my luggage there so I could go to work. I got there, they broke into my carry-on bag and stole all my fucking clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had my roller suitcase with a lock on it and I'm sitting out there. I didn't even get mad. It was funny because I wasn't even tight. I was just sitting there like, you know what? Charge my phone, I start looking for apartments because I'm working.
Yeah.
This African dude walks up on me and he was like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, yo, I'm just looking for apartments, but I was kind of throwing shade because I don't know, you know what I mean? So he sat down next to me, he was like, I'm gonna help you. And he started looking with me. So these 2 homeless, I don't know what the PC word, I don't know if we should use homeless, but these 2 houseless people was out there. Homeless. I mean, you know, Portland.
Proper vernacular nowadays is houseless.
Yeah, because you know, Portland, they got the, you know what I mean? But anyway, they homeless, you know what I'm saying? They got into an argument or whatever. And
they need to stop being so
yeah,
sensitive.
that's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? So they got into an argument, the police came. And after the dude was like, yo, come on, let's go. Jump in my car. And I was like, yo, I ain't going nowhere with you. He was like, no, trust me, please.
Yeah.
Jump in my car. So I jumped in the car with dude. He was like, yo, my man, I just got a 3-bedroom apartment. Me and my brother, we looking for a 3rd room. I know you working, let's go.
Yeah.
And that's how I came off the streets. Then got a job working for Alaska Airlines. Everything was going good. Stacked my money back up, bought another vehicle. And I was able to buy another vehicle because I had an out-of-state license. My shit was already suspended, caught 2 DUIs and all of that, you know what I mean? So I get another vehicle, I link up with this broad from the airport and catch another DUI. And I was already on probation, so my brother was like, yo, just come home, bro. You work for Alaska Airlines, get a ticket, just come home.
Yeah.
Come home, don't even fuck with them people out there. They can't get you out here. You could either be in New York, you could be in Connecticut, they would never find you. And then, you know, I sat there to myself and I was like, yo, I can't do that shit, man. I called my probation officer, told her what happened, and she locked me up. And that was August 29th, 2016, and that was the day I had my last trip.
So I'm glad that you didn't run from it. Because it's so easy to run, but you really ain't running from nothing.
No, I just turned myself
You
in.
would have just made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that you manned up and handled your business. And somebody was praying for you, partner. Because every time you say something, somebody was popping up that you didn't know that was helping you.
Yeah, and I don't know nobody.
That's called an answered prayer. Mama, big mama, somebody was praying for you. You know? What was your rock bottom?
Oh, like I said, sitting in that cell, butt naked.
Yeah, that was
looking at
it.
myself, staring at myself in the mirror. You know, when you sitting in there And you know what? And that truly is my favorite song of all time. Is because I just feel it was just powerful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It really is. Like when you look at that man in that mirror,
It's a reality check.
that's you either when you look at that person and that person looks back at you, you either love that person or you hate that person that's in that mirror.
Yeah. Or you don't know him.
Or you don't even know him. And I hated that
part.
person and I didn't even know who that person was.
Yeah.
Because when I was high, I wasn't who I am. I wasn't who my mama raised. I wasn't who my aunties and everybody grew to love. And it was just, I was another person. Yeah, that's who I used to think I was. I was somebody else back in life.
I'm gonna tell you something real funny. I went back home recently because my grandfather died. And you know what? My aunt looked at me and she was like, damn, look how fat and handsome you got. Cause she knew me when I was drinking and skinny and drunk.
That's always a sign that you're doing better.
You know what I mean? And it just made me laugh because I was like, yo, how could you disrespect me and compliment me at the same time? But it made me feel good. Nah, it made me feel good, you
That
know?
was a compliment. I like seeing people that I know that was strung out and just struggling. And when I see them and they got that weight on them,
Yeah.
that's a for show sign that they doing better. You know what I mean? So, man, this was a good talk, you guys. I wish we had more time to expand on it. We'll revisit this another time, but thank you guys for sharing your story.
Doubt.
I know that it's gonna help somebody. I know it helped me. I didn't talk about me as much, but it's for a reason, because I need to hear you guys, and eventually I'll tell my story as well. But thank you guys so much, and that's the whole purpose of Purpose on Purpose. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about it, baby.
I'm Angel Savage. Thank you for watching Purpose on Purpose. Let's talk about it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, beautiful world.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank y'all for tuning in to Purpose on Purpose. Thank y'all for tuning in to Purpose on Purpose. I'm Brandon Brown.
Kenneth Hughes. Thank you for watching Purpose on Purpose. Let's talk about it. Mama, here comes the man and that woman again. Thank you for watching Purpose on Purpose.